Hey guys, what's up? It's Lilith Blake. It's your girl. If you're new to this channel, what up? I'm 16 years old. I'm gonna be a senior this fall, which is actually what I'm here to talk about today, as you could tell by the title of the video. Immaturity. It's weird. So what I mean by that is I said I'm 16, right? And I'm gonna be a senior, which is like weird, right? That's pretty young. Usually people are like, 17, 18, 19. I'm 16. My birthday's in January, so I'll turn 17 mid-year, but it's weird. It is. I get a lot of people at my school, that are like, oh, when's your birthday? Because I'm friends with like a couple younger people, right? Not like much younger, but like same age, like 2 grades below me, right? My best friend's little sister is the same age as me, and she's, I think, 2 years below us. And it's really weird because when people are like, when's your birthday? I'm like, January 25th, 2010. And they're like, what year? I'm like, 2010. And I know the drill. I've talked about it before with people, but they're like, wait, I'm older than you. It's like, wow, really? They're like, oh my gosh, that's crazy. You're 16 and you're a senior? You're so young. That's so weird. It's like, I know that they don't mean it in a mean way, obviously. Like, I get that. But it's also like, they've told me that so many times. Like, not one specific person, just like people generally. But it's just weird, And okay, so backstory, right? When I went to 4th grade. What am I saying? I went to 1st grade when I was 4, and that's apparently, or was I 3? Maybe I was 3. I don't remember, but obviously I don't remember. But I was very young, right? I was 2 years below what people usually do, right? So I did I did 1st grade, whatever, it was fine. And I was good. Like, I was there mentally, you know what I mean? Like, I could complete everything that a 1st grader could. I could read, I could write, I could speak, I could do all these different things, and I'm bilingual, right? So I could do everything in Spanish as well. But I wasn't there emotionally or I was there mentally, but not emotionally, right? So the kids in my first grade class were a lot taller than me, right? I was like the little kid and everyone else is like up here, right? I was a lot smaller, but I was smart enough to be there. But like, my classmates would make jokes and I wouldn't understand them, or I would feel left out because I couldn't make friends because they're older than me. And so my teacher talked to my parents, right? And then she was like, yeah, listen, like, your kid can go on if you want her to, that's fine, but I just want you to know, hey, she's not really making any friends, and if she can't right now, it's probably going to continue for the rest of her life, whatever, yada yada yada. They made me take 1st grade again so I could be a little bit younger still, which is fine, but still, go on next year. So that's the backstory. Now we're at where I am at, right? Same thing. I feel so immature sometimes. And it's like, I'm not. I'm 16 and I'm a senior. Like, that's crazy. I feel like a sophomore, maybe, And it's really weird because I see these people around me and I don't think of them as, above me or anything. I think of myself as an equal to them, but there's just moments where I'm talking about something that I like, right? Because I have a lot of interests. By the way, I'm in my storage room. It looks really funky, but whatever. I have a lot of interests, right? A lot of things that I like. I mean, a lot of fandoms. And I like quote unquote weird stuff, right? Like, I watch anime, I read a couple manga, right? It's actually not that weird at all, but people consider it weird, so whatever. I'm also a band kid, right? So like, that's weird. But whatever. So I like a lot of different things, right? I love books. So when I talk about these things, people are just always like, really? Okay, I like that like 4 years ago. And they don't mean it meanly, but it feels like they do though. And maybe they do, and maybe I'm just like naive about it, right? But I feel like people are always saying like, you still listen to that? I stopped listening to that like 3 years ago. It's like, oh, no, I was just talking about like the good old days, No, I don't do that anymore. But I'm lying to myself and to them too. It's like, no, I do still like that. And I don't think it's because I'm immature. But I feel like I am though. Like, I'm very mature in like, I'm very mature. I am. Because like, I fit in with these 18, 19-year-olds, and that's great, fine, whatever, right? Nobody cares. But then there's moments of like, I'm talking about something that I love, right? And I'm so passionate about it. I'm like, oh, and that one scene where Spider-Man was talking to Tony and he was like, please, no, 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 right? And I'll start talking about them and they're like, that's so weird. Oh, and then that's when it hits me. I'm like, I'm younger than them. And maybe that's the problem. Maybe they're just mean. I don't know. But it's just like, it's so weird. It's so weird. Because, like, I was in sex ed, right? Throwing that out there, whatever, right? I'm very mature on those kinds of topics. Like, I'm fine with everything. Like, I can talk about politics. I won't, you know what I mean? But I can talk about politics, and I know what I think, and I can have a debate with someone, and I can talk about something that I like, and I can write incredible essays because I'm a really good writer, right? And I can process all of these different things, right? So I'm not immature, but it feels like I am sometimes because I'm younger. And then there's times where I'm like, I don't have to act mature. I'm 16. Like, I should be a sophomore right now. But I compare myself to the people that I'm around. And I feel like that's not benefiting anyone. Right? And like my friends, I guess I have a couple. But like my friends don't make me feel bad, right? It's just like the other people around me. And I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. It's just a weird feeling of like, I don't measure up to everybody else, but I do. And I know that I do. It's just moments of like, do I? I don't know. It's really weird. I can't find like a good replacement for that word, right? I don't know. I don't know. Whatever. Yeah. Anyways, that's what I came to talk about. Sometimes I just feel like I don't measure up to everybody else that's around me. Also, I know that everyone agrees with this because, like, it's just like, but it's like when your parents are like, they treat you like a kid, but then they expect you to act like an adult, and it's like, dog, get out. Let's be so serious right now. No way. IDK. IDK. Like, I'm still a minor. I don't know. Also, though, like, my parents start treating me like a senior, which I am, or gonna be, whatever, right? But, like, at the same time, I'm still like, I'm young. I'm still young. But in their minds as well, it's like, no, like, you're about to go to college. It's like, that's still crazy to me, though. Like, I can't comprehend that yet. There's no way I have to pick a career for the rest of my life, and I'm 16. Like, my prefrontal cortex does not develop until I'm 24, dog. No way do I have to pick a whole career path that costs like thousands of dollars just so then I can, spend like the next 50 years of my life working if I even live that long. And then what, retirement if I have enough in my Roth IRA account? Like, what? I actually can't. It sounds so ridiculous. But, like, it also makes sense, whatever, right? But, like, don't treat me like an adult. But, like, there are subjects that I can handle maturely. Like, it's an inner battle. It's a very inner battle. I don't know. I don't know anything is what I'm learning in this little episode video, whatever. Yeah. IDK. It's a weird feeling. I will update you guys on this later. But what time is it? I usually have my watch on. I was like, what time is it? Interesting. Yeah. I don't know. It's probably like, what, 9:30-ish, something like that. IDK. Okay. I'm gonna go now. Bye-bye. Mwah.